everybody, and who you are can really build a reputation, both good and bad, on a real quick basis in a town like this.
Pastor Gordon Houston has been one of the leaders in our community.
Here's the reality. Churches over the years have lost the trust of their communities because we've gone in and our only agenda has been to build our church, to make us look better. And then we do things and the community sits back and says, you're not here for us. You're here for yourself.
I think there is a role for people in the faith to work with schools. And I think the opportunity is, if we all understand that educating a child is not something that is done for a certain section of the day, but it really is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week job.
I think if we're going to have the impact that we want to have as churches, we need to get back to what the church used to be, which was that it was that central hub. It was where hurting people knew they could go. It was the place that the church took on the responsibility of being an answer to a lot of the community's problems and not expecting government and city to bear that burden on their shoulders, but to realize that that really is how God has equipped the church to have answers that are relevant to people's problems.
It's been my pleasure as the mayor of the city to work with him on a variety of projects, and we've all benefited from the commitment that the church and, of course, Pastor Houston has led in this effort.
Well, caring for the community is really who we are about. The theme and the motto of our church is in the city for good, in the city for God. Meaning, we're not going anywhere. This church is here for life, and we are here to do good things for our city.
This park is Druding Park, and it's located in the heart of our community. We selected this park to be the centerpiece for our Veterans Memorial, which is our tribute to all of our U.S. veterans and all the branches of the military. One of the most generous offerings that was contributed to the project was from the Assembly of God Church here in San Jacinto, a commitment to this valley that they've made, that they're not leaving and they want to be a part of this, and so they've assisted the city in making a statement here. They're as much a part of the success of this park as anyone.
One of the great role models that I take from Jesus is he refused to allow anybody to put him in a box. He was going to go to where people's needs were and meet their needs regardless of what tradition says.
When you see Pastor Gordon come riding up on Harley Davidson, I mean, that is not something typically you would see in a pastor of a church.
Jesus did not say, this is who I am, now you as unbelievers mold to me. Jesus said, I know who I am. I am confident enough in who I am that I can make myself be to you whatever you need me to be so you can walk away feeling like somebody has touched your life.
Our kids love him, and they see that part of him, and they see him as just, you know, a normal person that cares about him.
We've been able to do creative things with the football team, buy football equipment, uniforms, whatever they need.
Every Friday they feed probably 150 students that are involved in our football program, breakfast and dinner.
Just another creative way to reach in to an area of need and just do something creative with no strings attached.
You know, I've never really had to ask him for anything. He's come to me and offered, you know, to help the kids in our program.
The whole church itself, I mean, the things they do with the football team, the filming and the video that they do for the kids and provide kids with, again, another wonderful experience for them to put in their memory bank about high school and their time in high school.
It's the men that rise up and begin to do stuff. And now we got powerful men's ministries that is designed to get men to do things beyond just meeting in a small group. Yeah, we do that. We have accountability groups that meet and they walk together. But in our men's discipleship, one of the requirements of each of the groups of 6 or 8 guys that meet together for 10 months out of the year is every month they together go out into the community and do a service project. Whether it's kids, because we had a lot going on where they were passing laws saying, you can't skateboard here, you can't skateboard there. And so we had a whole segment of society that was saying, well, who cares about us? And that's when the church rose up and said, we'll build you one of the best skate parks so you can have a place to come and skate and offer that to you because we think what you do is important. The focus of the church is to help transform a city into what God intended for that city to be. I went to the police chief at that time and I said, you know what, we want to do something for the police officers. What can we do? And he said, well, here's a need. And so we as a church stepped up and we bought the Big Mag flashlights for every police officer, as well as personal data recorders that they could do to go on just with their regular jobs. We have an adopt-a-block program where we go out and we have teams that go out to the same blocks, the same homes week after week in our city, not to share Christ, but to show Christ.
It's our opportunity to give back. And we do a lot more than just cut grass and mow the lawn. We get involved with people's lives.
We've got people that, they live in tough areas and they can't afford brakes on their car. And we take their car down and have brakes put on the car and new tires and cleaning their houses and doing yard work and helping their houses get up to code so that when the city comes in, they don't lose their kids.
We come out because we like this work. We like being a blessing to other people.
When we go to a new block, when we started a new block, a lot of times those people won't allow us to do anything for them because they think we're expecting something. And one of the initial questions that people ask is, how much is this going to cost me? And when you tell them nothing, and then when they give you money, and you actually give it back to them and say, no, we will not take anything for this, you see an entire disposition change on their face, and all of a sudden all those walls go down, and then you sit back and you go home and you go, this is fun. This is just fun, being able to touch the lives of people and being able to see their eyes change as they realize, maybe for the first time in their lives, somebody cares for them with no strings attached. We as the husbands and the fathers and the men of this church are setting the tone, saying we will be a church that cares. We will do things that are bigger than us. We will have a purpose that is bigger than us, and we will not just live our lives for ourselves. And it's a blast. This is when you get to this place to do these kinds of things, and you look forward to being a Christian every day because you get up going, God, who are you going to let me touch today? Who are you going to let me reach into their lives today?